Worlds apart. One is Muslim, the other non-Muslim. So what happens when they adopt each other's lifestyle?
I think there's going to be a huge difference.
The experiment designed to break down the barriers, but will it work? That story shortly. Now to the ultimate life swap. You're about to see what happened when two very different girls from two very different worlds traded places. One is a Muslim, the other a non-Muslim. And in this unique experiment, they swap places, spending time in each other's homes and walking each other's streets to experience life from a completely new perspective. And what these two girls went through is a cultural eye-opener.
If I saw a Muslim lady walking down the street, I would feel apprehensive towards her. I would never approach her. I would sort of just head down, probably keep walking.
As long as you've got eyes to see me, ears to hear me and a mouth to speak to me, I'm your friend, so why should you be scared of me?
Kate Jenkins and Suraya Turk have never met, but they're about to swap worlds, taken out of their comfort zones to experience life on the other side.
Being an Australian Muslim in 2006 is not as easy as I'd like to think it is.
The first time I became aware of the Muslim culture would probably have been the terrorist attacks, the bad events that have happened.
They're the same age, both students, both living in the same city, but their lives are worlds apart. Or are they? Both girls are about to find out.
I live with my best friend. We moved here from Byron Bay 3 years ago. I grew up in Armidale.
I'm a Muslim, Lebanese and Australian. I've been born and raised in Australia my whole life. I live with my family and I'm engaged.
We're brought up completely differently. We have different values, different perceptions on things. So I can't see us having a great deal in common.
The stereotype of a Muslim woman is that a woman is oppressed, that she cannot pursue a career or that she doesn't have the opportunity to study and that she's not liberated.
The opinion that I have on Muslims is that the women are regarded as lower than the males. They're there to provide around the house for their husbands.
I think walking into Kate's shoes is going to be a different experience for me as well. I think that I will find there are cultural differences.
I think there's going to be a huge difference. It's a completely different culture. I can't even expect it to be anything the same.
I am a little bit nervous, and only because I think because I'm wearing the scarf and I know what Kate's opinion is of people that wear the scarf.
When I go there, I think I'm going to be stared at, I'm going to feel awkward, uneasy. I think because the areas are so different, the shops, the people, everything's different. I'm not really knowing what to expect, so I'm going to be a bit on edge.
Because of what she was wearing and the way she looked, Kate was scared that she would be harassed, approached and accosted while walking through the enclaves. Wanting Kate's experience to be as real as possible, we left her alone to explore the area without cameras, without escort, for hours.
More scared of what I'm going to see, how I'm going to be treated. I'm standing here at the busiest street in Lakemba, 10 o'clock at night. If anyone had have told me I was doing this yesterday, I wouldn't have believed them. I would have been threatened and felt insecure, but now I feel comfortable.
Wearing the scarf, I definitely feel like I'm more noticeable, especially after the riots. I'm not sure whether many girls who wear the scarf have been down there. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Suraya enters what has been a no-go zone for Muslims, Cronulla Beach, flashpoint for Sydney's race riots. This time, though, the Aussies are armed only with questions.
When you come here to Cronulla, I guess, do you feel like people are judging you?
No, so far it's been good.
We don't really understand why people wear them. I don't know. We don't know the history, but
it was revealed to the Prophet by God, and it was just that women should protect themselves, hide their modesty.
By you wearing that, that's your way of saying you're dedicated to what you believe.
That's right.
I think the majority of people are here, well, the majority of people I know are really accepting of other cultures. It's just a small minority.
It's good to see that you girls are open-minded and you are accepting, and you realise it's just minority, and it's not everybody's bad just because they can be portrayed that way.
Friday, the end of the working week, and it's a girls' night out. Muslim style.
Now tell me what's on the next plate, okay? Short lesson.
Okay, I can do it.
Go on.
Falafel.
Falafel, yes.
Hummus.
Don't say it too quickly.
Baba ganoush. Yeah.
God, look at that.
I only remember 3.
I'm a business studies teacher.
Oh, okay.
See the different image that you're...
I don't even know how I've gotten that impression. Like it's just been...
It's just the image that they're
it's
coming
just been-
across, but it's so totally different.
Spent the entire day walking around the streets. I don't think I could get any more of the real Lakemba than I did today.
That looks good. What are you making? Pie.
Usually, Kate and her flatmate Amy would be kicking up their heels at a local pub or club. But Suraya's religion prohibits alcohol, so Amy's decided to cook.
So how come you don't drink? Alcohol and even like drug substances like compromise your judgment. The questions I had, that I wanted to answer was, how does it feel to move out of home at such a young age, to live with a roommate or a flatmate that you hadn't been acquainted with before?
I guess it was more of a, I'm 17 now, I can do what I want kind of thing. So I moved out, and
So it's like a bit like a mark of independence.
yeah, basically. So on like Friday and Saturday nights, what would you do? Like, I mean, on a Friday and Saturday night, Kate and I we'd go out.
On a Friday night is usually I spend it with the family, so we'll all get together and we'll have dinner, and then after that we'll sit around and talk and play games.
Hey, welcome. Hello, Kate.
Hello.
3.
Yes, it's a 3. It's my husband, Riyadh.
Hi, nice to meet you.
There's no knives and forks for
No knives and
breakfast.
forks.
Tear a little bit out, right? Grab a little bit on the end. Okay. To try to get the bread around it. Nice little package, parcel. And that's it. In.
That's really nice.
It's different.
Very different for Kate, who is experiencing the world of Islam through Muslim eyes.
I took from both cultures. I took from the Australian way of life, and I took from the Lebanese way of life. I took what was positive from both. What is the right thing? And we don't want to lose our culture, we don't want to lose our religion, and we don't want to lose our values, nor our morals.
What's affect us as well, what's going on around the world in the Islamic world.
Yes.
So we have to cope the problems. We don't want this, you know? We're not into it at all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to put a bomb in a car and kill civilian people. No. This is wrongdoing. No way any religion in the world
And it's almost
accept
like they're
this.
saying that because you're Muslim you approve of this, but you obviously
this is brainwashed. This is brainwashed.
I love Australia more than anything in the world. I mean, I don't like Australia to be destroyed by problems, you know. Like, we don't want that. We don't want that to happen.
I know a family leaving next Friday. They're packing their 5 children going overseas to a country that they know nothing about because they're feeling that they're being isolated.
Like so many Australians, Kate doesn't understand why Muslims live in enclaves, isolated from the rest of Australia. She now realises everything revolves around religion and family.
How can I smell when she's beating me, man? One second. Excuses, excuses.
I was thinking to myself, when Amy was asking the same thing, I wonder whether people are going to look at you a bit different because we're not really used to seeing girls that wear the headscarves.
24 hours ago, Kate had never even met a Muslim, and Suraya was worried what Aussies thought of Muslims like her.
I also learnt that we had similarities and differences.
She's a lot more family orientated, the food, she has a lot more stronger culture than I do.
Her family or her culture encouraged independence at a young age.
The marriage at such a young age definitely doesn't cross over into my lifestyle. If I came home, I told my mum I was getting married, she'd probably kill me.
I think our social lives are a bit different, so alcohol and clubbing and that sort of thing was a big part of their life, or it wasn't part of mine.
If I had to swap lives for forever with Suraya, I don't think giving up socialising, going out on Friday nights would be a very easy thing to do for me.
I feel like I've made a friend, I've made a difference to so many people who didn't know much about my culture or religion, and now they do.
I wish everyone could go and experience what I had, because it would change everyone's opinions on people. I'm not saying that all Muslims are as nice as Suraya's family or the girls that I met, but on the same token, not all Muslims are evil, bad people who are bashing people and setting off bombs. I think people just need to open their eyes and realise that these people are normal families, just like we are.
Absolutely. And we'd like to thank both Kate and Suraya for taking part in that important story, and the producer was Sarah Stinson.